And the last big thing of the month we haven't talked about yet, the last recurring story is Jerry Lynn versus Just Incredible.
Yeah, because it's bloody just unforgettable.
It's not even their fault. All their matches are 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
They're trying to have this bitter, heated blood feud, but they have 3 minutes every time.
They really kind of get screwed over here.
So the first show of the month, they do a interrogator segment with Mike Tenay and Don West.
I actually like this. Because they were just taking childish jabs at each other.
Yeah, they were being very snippy, very passive aggressive toward one another.
Yeah, and then it boils over, and Incredible's like, brr, 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 and then Jerry just beats the shit out of him.
In the latest instance of me mixing up shows, that was actually in the second show of the month. God damn it, June 11th.
This guy. Nothing happened on the first show with them anyway.
Because they broke up on the last show of last month.
Yeah.
Even though they only just began to team.
Mm-hmm.
So then, anniversary show, Just Incredible faces Jerry Lynn. They have a wild brawl after the match. They're fighting with each other.
This is the one where they were outside the ring, or is this the match?
This was the match. This was where they had their 3-minute match. They had a wild pull apart, multiple times pulled apart.
I didn't like it.
Well, it was 3 minutes. They had literally no time.
Yeah, but other people have had 3 minutes and have had matches I've enjoyed.
But again, they're not just trying to have spot fight fests. They're trying to have these hate.
I know, but I don't
brawls.
even think it was good in just them fighting each other. I just didn't like it.
So yeah, they had multiple pull aparts. Then you had Kenzo Suzuki making his TNA debut.
All right, let's talk about a good fucking match, eh?
Part of the Wrestle Japan company, who's...
Well, did you want to talk about the last match they had first?
No, because this plays into them because they run out for the finish.
Oh yeah, I didn't remember that. Sorry, go ahead.
Logical sequence of events.
Yes.
So, Suzuki is on a US tour. He's doing an NWA date, an MLW date, an IPW date as well. So, a fun note for this, it ended in a DQ because the reason we're mentioning it here is because Jerry Lynn and Just Incredible ran out to cause the disqualification because they couldn't stop brawling. So, originally, Perry Saturn was booked to win clean since he works here regularly and Suzuki will never be back. Fun fact, Saturn was never back either after this anyway. Anyway, knowing this, Dave Meltzer did a preview of the show that morning and said that Masao Hattori, a Wrestle Japan official who was touring with Suzuki, was going to come in and demand the finish would be changed. Anyone who understands the first thing about Japanese politics knows Suzuki is being groomed to be a top star in Wrestle Japan, and Saturn works for New Japan, the rival groups, so it was never going to happen that Saturn was going to be able to beat Suzuki clean. Eventually, Hattori did come in, demand a finish change. That's the reason. It was a no contest, DQ, whatever it was, because Lynn Incredible ran out.
Mm-hmm.
Not the first time this has happened, by the way, if you remember. Same thing happened with Ken Shamrock against Takao Omori, where they're like, Omori's not losing, DQ.
It's maybe a thing they should talk about in advance next time. But I really liked Suzuki here. He looked great. I mean, what a fucking presentation for Kenzo Suzuki. We were talking about Chris Harris before and how you can see a guy and just you understand why people wanted them to work. And it's like this with Kenzo Suzuki here is like you take one look at Kenzo Suzuki on this show and you understand why multiple Japanese companies desperately wanted Kenzo Suzuki to work out and be a big star.
Not just Japanese companies. WWE did too.
Well, I'm not sure they wanted him to be a big star.
Well, there's a reason they signed him, you know?
Yes. Yeah, but because they sign everyone with the intention of them being big stars.
But they're still like, this guy looks like $1 million. Let's hire him.
Yeah, he looked awesome here, and definitely you get it, you know? You understand why New Japan was like, this is the guy, let's put him with Tanahashi as the work rate guy. And then you understand why Wrestle Japan like, this is the guy that's going to lead us up. And it's like, you get it when you look at him. But unfortunately, never quite made it to that level.
Because he was never very good.
No. He was good in this match, though.
And then final show of the month, Jerry Lynn and Just Incredible have a lights out match.
Yeah. Okay. So, I really enjoyed the first 2 minutes of this match.
When they were brawling outside?
Yes, I thought it was unique. I thought it was an interesting place to do it. But the minute they walked back to the asylum, every bit of excitement I had left my body. Because I am so fucking sick of people brawling in the asylum. I'm done with it. They've done it. They do it 17 times a show. I'm sick of it. It means nothing to me anymore. When they were outside doing it in the fucking grass, I was like, thank God it's a change of goddamn scenery. And then they went straight back in there. And I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do asylum brawls anymore. They're never going to land with me anymore unless they do some crazy, crazy shit because I am so sick of seeing it.
I assume that's the reason you love the Jarrett and Raven against Gilberti and Shane Douglas match then.
I loved it. My favorite match in the world.
Because the first half of that match was an asylum brawl.
Yeah, I barely paid attention to it. My eyes glaze over as soon as people start fighting in the asylum now. I don't care about it. It's the same building every time. They do the same spots every time. They go to the same places every time. I can't do it anymore. I'm done.
So this was a lights out match. They did the lights out stuff properly. They symbolically turned off the lights, and they even had an outside official. They didn't have a TNA referee do it. So they did the lights out stipulation properly, at least anyway.
They should have just done the whole thing outside.
Yeah, because they had a cool brawl outside. They were like fighting to the backs of trucks, which was cool.
But then they did it for like a minute and a half.
And threw each other through fences, but yeah, they brawled out onto the stage. Lollipop got hurt. I would have thought you would have been more upset about that.
Well, I was curious if this was like real.
I don't think so. I think they just wanted to clear her out of her cage.
I mean, well then fair play to her because it looked real.
Yeah, because Lynn snatched a roll up, and then Just Incredible handcuffed Lynn to the cage and beat the shit out of him with a chair.
But yeah, when she dove, I was like, oh, she got got. I thought for sure that was a shoot because she tumbled.
I did quite like that Jerry Lynn was very courteous and like checked on Lollipop and was concerned, whereas Just Incredible just tried to continue to beat up Jerry Lynn.
It was part of the reason why I thought it was real. I thought Jerry was like, oh, fuck.
So these two will have a Russian chain match next week.
Yeah, what makes it Russian?
The chain.
Oh.
It's a Russian chain.
Are all chains Russian?
Yeah.
All Russians are chains, but not all chains are Russians.
Of course.
Cool.
Their last man standing match is good. Wait for that one before you write off Just Incredible forever.
Alright. I mean, listen, I was enjoying this one until they went into the asylum, so...